The Golden State Warriors are coming off of another preseason win, this time against the Sacramento Kings by a score of 122 to 112. Steph Curry went right to work immediately, ended up scoring 13 points in just 16 minutes. We also saw Draymond Green dish out 5 assists alone in that first half. The both of them are going to be absolutely critical to determining how far this Warriors team is able to go, as they have chemistry. They've been playing together their entire careers. It's going to be a lot of fun. Jonathan Kuminga, one of the biggest storylines of this game. 20 minutes, 16 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. Kuminga was shooting the 3 ball confidently, getting to the basket. In transition, he's just a blur with his length, size, speed, quickness, you name it. I think this guy is going to be an absolute stud in this league for a while. Kevon Looney got the start, of course, at center. 17 minutes, 2 points, 2 assists, and 2 boards. Good job by Looney. I liked as well how both the shots he took were mid-ranges too. Would love to see him continue to expand that. It's going to help the offense. And then in terms of the rest of the starters, well, what about Brandon Buzemski, who goes out there, plays 23 minutes, did get hurt in the first half, had to leave, then came back out, was a +7, 8 points, 8 assists, 4 boards. We know, of course, he led the league in charges drawn last year, and then 2 steals. He was just stuffing the stat sheet, making the right plays. Whenever the ball's in his hands, he just gets rid of it quickly. He knows where to go with it. I mean, all first-team rookie last year. This kid is an absolute star, man. I cannot wait to see what he does, of course, going into year 2 of his career. And then in terms of the bench, one of the biggest overall takeaways from this game was Tracy Jackson-Davis, another guy going into year 2. Had a very positive rookie season, had a dominant summer league, 19 minutes, a game high +22, 8 points, 6 boards, and 2 assists, a steal, a block. Had a monster dunk towards the end of this game that just electrified the crowd, even though the Warriors were on the road. I just love these young guys on this Warriors team to complement the veterans. I think it's a perfect balance. But the 2 biggest, really the 3 biggest additions to the Warriors in the offseason, Kyle Anderson, Buddy Hield, and Anthony Melton, and all 3 of those guys played exceptionally well. Buddy Hield, 22 points in 19 minutes. He was 6 of 7 from 3, 8 of 9 from the field. Hield was just letting it fly, wasn't even hitting the rim. I mean, we're talking about a guy who has made more threes than Steph himself the last 5 seasons. I think he's going to end up getting a lot of starts for this Warriors team this season. He's just way too good of a shooter to be coming off of the bench. He can get hot in an absolute hurry. And then we saw Kyle Anderson play 20 minutes. I had a slow start to this game. His nickname Slow-Mo, no pun intended. But he had 3 points, just 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Did a good job of contributing all across the board. Did make a 3 as well. Not really known for his 3-point shooting, but Anderson stepped right into it and knocked it down. And then De'Anthony Melton, who might be the most underrated signing of the entire offseason. He goes out there, plays in 21 minutes, 6 of 12 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. How about this, guys? 5 boards and 3 assists. Just a good job overall by Melton. Of course, he did make the NBA originally because of his defense, but he just continued to work on his offense, and it's just paid dividends. He was all over the place in this game, making a statement. But somebody I want to talk about as well off the bench, Moses Moody. He's a guy that has high expectations coming into the year. Of course, the Warriors, they used a first-round pick in him back in the 2021 draft. He was the 14th pick out of Arkansas. He's a guy that this team would just love to see get going this year off their bench. We know he can shoot. We know he can score. It just, can he do it consistently? And 6 of 12 from the field in this one, 4 of 9 from 3, 5 boards and 3 assists. You're seeing a common theme here, and that's that the Warriors guys coming off their bench are stuffing the stat sheet all around. They're not just scoring or passing or rebounding. They're doing a little bit of everything. They're also defending. The Kings did score 112. But the Warriors, I mean, guys, I haven't even mentioned this yet, but they ended up going out there and making 28 threes, 28 of 52. That's 53.8%. And of course, late in this fourth, we saw some undrafted guys come in the game and miss some threes. So the percentage would have been even higher if we're being real. And then it's funny because from the free throw line, the Warriors were 6 of 13. So they shot better from 3 than they did the free throw line and the field, which is just crazy. I mean, the Warriors guys, they were just wide open on the majority of these good looks. The Kings were playing driving lanes, and they had to help because of the quick first step by this team, and they were able to kick it out to the open guy. I liked what I saw, though, specifically out of the starting lineup, because Draymond Green, whether he was at the 4 or the 5 when Looney was on the bench, he just did a great job of facilitating. We saw Steph have a couple of cuts back door. We also saw Steph just walk into some threes and create off the dribble as well. I mean, we're talking about a guy who absolutely just carried Team USA to the gold medal. I mean, he was a wizard down the stretch. We know Steph is the clutchest player in basketball. Even though he gets a lot of credit for it, he still doesn't even get enough credit. I mean, this guy, you want the ball in his hands over anyone in the league when the game's on the line. That's why he won Clutch Player of the Year. But he's 36 now. He hasn't shown any signs of slowing down. We saw in the Olympics what he did last season, was 9th in scoring with 26.4. And then in this game against a Kings team that I think is going to be pretty damn good this year, 16 minutes, scores 13 points, 3 of 6 from 3, 5 of 8 from the field. And my favorite thing about Steph is just how unselfish he is. He was named the best teammate in basketball for a reason. I think the Warriors are going to be able to do big things this year because of this player. I mean, we're talking about one of the top 10 players to ever touch a basketball, a guy who's kept good care of his body, plays without the basketball. I mean, that's Steph for you, man. He wasn't even really touching the ball that much in this game, but whenever he was dishing it out to a wide open teammate, or he was knocking down a shot. I mean, him and Draymond are going to be huge guys. I can't stress it enough. The question for the Warriors is, how do they fill out the rest of this starting lineup? I think it's pretty set in stone. They're going to run Podziemski, of course, next to Steph. And then they're going to use Kuminga at the 3, Dre at the 4, and Looney at the 5. We will see Draymond play a lot of the 5 as well this season, which is going to be a matchup nightmare for opposing teams because of his ability to, of course, push the pace and play make. And I thought Draymond did a good job, too, just stretching the floor, being confident with the 3 ball. He was 2 of 3. They were leaving him wide open, man. I mean, whether it was Sabonis or whoever guarding him, they weren't even near him, man. They were, I'm talking, 7-8 feet away from Dre at the top of the key, and he was just, like I said, shooting the ball, or he was trying to get a guy off a screen and set him up for an open look. I think the bench is going to be huge for the Warriors. I have no concerns with the starting lineup. I think that's going to be able to compete with just about anyone in the league. The bench, though, what do I get out of Jackson Davis and Anderson and Hield and Melton and Moody? A lot of potential, a lot of upside. Maybe in certain matchups that the Warriors will tweak their lineup. But right now, I like it. I mean, Kevon Looney's a guy who he's had a lot of big moments in the playoffs. We know he can rebound, he can defend. He's a very smart player, high IQ. He's just given a lot of teams problems, and him next to Draymond makes a lot of sense. And then Podziemski just going into year 2. I mean, if you can keep shooting the 3 ball like this, I'm going to be very, very happy. He was 2 of 4 tonight, 3 of 8 from the field. You see, he was a +7. Kuminga was a +9. Honestly, there was a lot to take away from this game, but just Kuminga, seeing him get downhill and how lethal he is in transition. I mean, he's absolutely unguardable, man, because of his size, length, and quickness. And then the fact he was 4 of 7 from 3, getting up 7 threes, being efficient, not hesitating. This Warriors team is going to do some special things this season, man, and I think it's perfect. I think it's beautiful that people are counting them out. Let them, man. Let them sleep on the Warriors, because the last time that happened in 2022, they won the NBA championship. Guys, it's your boy Swaggy. You can also find me at my brand new channel, Warriors Palace. Until next time, boys, peace.